I've spent the last week listening to Beosound Emerge, Bang and Olufsen's impossibly small wireless smart speaker. Is it too small to be any good? Come and find out. I'm Steve from Sounds Heavenly. My day job is making the cables that connect Bang & Olufsen products, but I'm also a brand ambassador for B&O. And that's the reason they've sent me this Beosound Emerge smart speaker free of charge to review for you. So although I've not paid for the speaker, I need to make you aware that I've not been paid to make this review. Bang & Olufsen don't get to see the review or tell me what to say. So the views that you receive will always be my own. Now that said, I've spent a week with this speaker and I've been really quite surprised. It's very small. The box, as you saw at the start, is quite bulky. It's very well packaged, admittedly, very well presented, but the speaker itself is no bigger than a small hardback book. And my first thought as an engineer was that this just has taken things too far in terms of downsizing. There just isn't going to be the ability there for it to shift enough air to give full range sound. And it took me a little bit of getting used to the speaker before I could really get its best performance. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what you need to know to decide whether this is the right speaker for you, and exactly what you need to do to get it to perform properly if you decide to go for it. Now, first of all, I'd suggest, if you haven't already, use your smartphone, Apple or Android, go into your normal app store and look for a sound pressure level meter. It will be an app that will be free of charge on Android or iOS, and that lets you put some actual real understanding to a couple of the figures I'm going to give you in a moment. The base capability that Bang & Olufsen quote for this speaker is 72 decibels, and that is, I would suggest, the maximum volume at which you will get full quality, full range, clear sound. Because it's a small speaker, it's not designed to give you the sort of volume and bass depth you would get, let's say for example in a commercial cinema where a spaceship explodes on screen and you feel the punch of the sound in your chest. But this will give you fairly deep and clear bass at sensible levels. So if you have a listen to your music, put your phone with the sound pressure level app working about a metre from the speaker and just see what sort of numbers you get. If you find that you're listening at 70 decibels or less, this is in the running. If you typically need a higher sound pressure level, if you find that you're looking at 75, 80, 85 decibels to get your comfortable music level, this isn't going to do its best for you. You need to be looking realistically at a larger speaker, something like Beosound Level, Beosound Balance, or some of the Beolab speakers. But for use in a quieter room, for example here, this is my bedroom, the place where I would escape to read quietly, out of the way of family life. I listen at about 60 to 65 decibels typically, conversational level, and this speaker absolutely shines. I'd suggest there are three ways to get the best from this speaker. The first one is a cabled input, but being a cable maker, that I would say that. The second is using the AirPlay 2 option from an Apple phone. And the third way is to use Spotify Connect, which is again a wireless option, but that streams music at higher than CD quality direct from Spotify's service to a Spotify Connect enabled speaker like this. And I hadn't really tried Spotify Connect before this week, but I got into it through the process of learning my way around the speaker, and I was really, really impressed with the quality and the improvement that you get above, for example, Bluetooth or Google Chromecast. Those two options are also available on this speaker, but I would suggest they're kept as a backup, really. And the reason for that is that on both of those, there's a noticeable quality difference. They will work, they will get you music through from an Android phone or from a tablet, but not to the same quality level as AirPlay, Spotify Connect, or using a physical cable into the back of the speaker. You've also got Bang and Olufsen's own internet radio service here, where you can, using B&O's app, you can save 4 favourite radio stations and access those via buttons on the top of the speaker or via the app. Now, because I like to be different, some would say difficult, you'll see I've got the classic Beotime Magic Flute remote control from B&O here. And that's no accident. Here in the bedroom, I'm using the Beosound Emerge to replace a pair of Beolab 4 speakers that have given sterling service over the last decade. They're connected to the Beomaster 3500 in the lounge, circa 1990, over a link room network called Master Control Link, and I use this Beotime as my alarm clock and remote control. So this wakes me up in the morning, and as well as slowly raising the brightness level of the lights in the bedroom, it will switch on my choice of music, whether that's a vinyl record, a CD or radio. So now if I use the Beotime to select the record player in the lounge as my music source, it takes a few seconds for that to cue the record. We should start to get some music. Here we are. This is Small Boats from my friend Steve Atkinson, recorded back in 1981. And we can switch that off using the Beotime. As well as controlling the system that's cabled into the Emerge from Beotime, so we're not directly controlling the Emerge itself. We've obviously got full control directly of the Emerge on the B&O app. And here you can set the volume, you can set the tone control for the speaker, you can choose from B&O's internet radio stations. You've got full capabilities, and there we go. There's just that power off tone that says that the music on the line input has stopped, so the speaker goes back to sleep. And that will wake again automatically if we either switch it on with the Beotime or with the app. As I mentioned, I've been absolutely blown away by the sound of this speaker. I really didn't expect performance from it that would be anywhere near that of the Beolab 4s that it's replaced here in the bedroom. And when I say replaced, these will be up for sale. So they've given sterling service for the last decade. Let me just rescue one of them. These have very similar sized bass speakers, around about 4 inches and to the Emerge, but with 230 watt amplifiers in here. This is a 3-way speaker. We've got a 60 watt bass amplifier, a 30 watt mid-range amp and a 30 watt treble amp. The Emerge easily gives the output of the 2 of these old Beolab 4s. And the bass depth is quoted as being similar. 45 Hz as the lowest level on the Emerge, 50 Hz is quoted for the Beolab 4s, but in practice there's the feeling that there's almost an octave of extra bass there, certainly at low to mid listening levels. As you turn up the Emerge, if you go above that 70 decibel level, the protection circuitry in the speaker starts to back off the bass so that it doesn't cause damage. With a small bass driver, which is around about the size of the one you see here, there's a physical limit to how much air that speaker cone can move at high volumes, especially with deep bass. So these speakers were good for the early 2000s, but it's amazing to see just how much the music quality and the bass capabilities have improved with the new Emerge. So suffice to say, I am really impressed, and unexpectedly so. I just didn't expect it to be this good. When used within its limitations as provider of good quality music in a quiet, peaceful room, it's wonderful. Really, really special. We've cabled it here, as I mentioned, to the old Beosound 3500. So it's a power link to mini jack cable. That can work with either any master link enabled B&O system or master control link. So if you've got Beosound 9000, Beomaster 5, anything like that. Even newer systems like the Beosound Essence can be connected via an adapter. Cables that you'll see at soundsheavenly.com for this are made to a very high quality, so the mini jack plugs that I use are actually quite substantial, and the tight space inside the connector slot in the back of the Emerge means that there isn't room for those, so I provide a free adapter on request that plugs in, and it's just a slimline connector that makes it a lot easier to fit into the tight space in the back of the Emerge. So if you're looking to connect an Emerge into your own classic B&O system, please just add a note to request the slimline adapter on the cable, and it makes the connection so much easier in the back of the speaker. If you've got any questions about getting the best from the Emerge, about connecting it to your legacy B&O products, or even just if you're unsure whether this is the speaker for you, please add a note in the comments of the video or get in touch at soundsheavenly.com. I'm always happy to answer any questions, and I'll be following up very soon with a full sound test so that you can hear exactly what this speaker can do. Thank you for watching.